Wow, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
I was paid nothing, ever.
She's so freaking mean to me. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me.
You're so revealing. You just tell everything. I declare. Good. You gotta stop talking so much.
And balance doesn't mean all things are equal or at peace at all times.
Oprah might be determined to get the nitty-gritty truth out of everybody she talks to, but she might want to look into the mirror after all the lies she's told over the years. Rose McGowan called Oprah Winfrey as fake as they come in a scathing Twitter post over her friendship with scummy producers who I can't even name, they're that awful. We can't even show their face, so you're going to have to use context clues today, folks, if you don't already know the identity of the mystery producer that I'm currently trying to talk about without talking about. So Rose McGowan took to Twitter to speak out against the popular talk show host, sharing a photo of Oprah Winfrey kissing a disgraced Hollywood producer on the cheek, which I think was a photo taken at the 2014 Critics' Choice Movie Awards, so it's about 10 years old. Now, Rose McGowan is an early Me Too activist who accused that particular producer of wrongdoing, and she accompanied the photo with the caption reading, "I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't. From being pals with insert anonymous producer's name here, to abandoning and destroying victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come. Hashtag lizard." Now, the victims Rose was referring to are those of a hip-hop music mogul, but one who has been accused of more than a dozen cases of SA or misconduct since November of 2017. Now, he responded by admitting inappropriate conduct in some cases, but has disputed the allegations of non-consensual related interactions. The legend of Oprah Winfrey as an extremely poor person growing up without a father, a mother that was too young who apparently, according to claims, carried Oprah with shame during pregnancy and then neglected her, spread when Oprah began giving interviews in Chicago. She would say, "Oh, they harmed me. I wanted to be white because I never saw white people being hurt." She remembered her early years in life as lonely. She didn't play with anybody except the pigs she rode without a saddle in her grandmother's garden. She said the only thing I could talk to were the animals in the farmyard. I read them Bible stories. And she said that she was so poor that her family couldn't afford a dog or a cat. She had 2 cockroaches as pets. She put them in a jar and named them Melinda and Sandy. She entertained her audience with stories about fetching water from the well, milking cows, emptying the drinking pot. This tale she spun, this horrible life. She told stories about her grandmother who swung a switch, her grandfather who swung a stick. Now, these were the people who raised her for the formative years of life. She said, "Oh, how they harmed me. Once again, I wanted to be white because I never saw white people being harmed." She said her grandmother did this because it's an integral part of Southern tradition. This is the way old folks raised their family. You spill something, you meet the switch. You tell a story, you meet the switch. She said grandma could do this all day and never get tired. Now, not everybody in Oprah's family agreed with this desperate upbringing. Her mother, Vernita Lee, when asked about her daughter's abilities to self-dramatize her stories, said Oprah is a bit of a cold smoker. Now, Oprah's sister also dispelled the myth of immense poverty. She said, "Of course we weren't rich, but Oprah exaggerated how bad it was for us. I guess the viewers would love her, the audience would grow. Cockroaches were never her pet. She always had a dog. She had a white cat. She had an eel in a tank. She had a parakeet named Bo Peep. She was trying to teach the parakeet how to speak." She said, "Where Oprah got that nonsense about growing up in filth and roaches, I have no idea." Now, that was a statement from her cousin Catherine. She said, "I confronted her and asked, why do you tell such lies?" Oprah said, "That's what people want to hear. The truth is boring." Well, Oprah, I would like to hear some form of truth out of your mouth. So for many years on air, Oprah was portrayed as this wholesome person. She was like, "You get a gift, you get a gift, you get a car, you get a this, that, everything else." Turns out her stepmom has said otherwise for many years. According to Barbara, Oprah is one of the most controlling people you will ever meet. So when Barbara and family wanted to visit Oprah, Oprah was like, "No, you can't stay at my home. You gotta pay for your own hotel room. I'll come visit you maybe." Apparently Oprah was quick to anger when it came to her staff, with a lot of folks being fired left, right, everywhere all over the years. But here's the thing. So you know how I mentioned how Barbara's like, "Nope, no family can stay with me," even though Oprah's like a billionaire and owns ranches and this, that, and everything else? Well, I guess when Oprah goes to visit Barbara, which never really happens, but it does, she stays at Barbara's place, and when she stays over, she complains. She's like, "My bed sheets aren't 1,000 thread count, bath towels aren't big enough." Like, lady, you're a multi-billionaire. Why do you want to make your family feel like a burden? If you really care that much about things, go stay in some fancy schmancy hotel yourself. So Oprah's been called out for using weight loss medication, despite being like the longtime poster woman for Weight Watchers. Seriously. The branding is there. Now, she has confirmed she's now using this unnamed substance to help her control her weight. In a very revealing chat, she said like, yeah, no, my new slim figure is thanks to this. And of course, a healthier lifestyle overall. Kind of like how when superhero actors say, oh yeah, my lifestyle is because of broccoli and chicken. She's like, yeah, I now use it as I feel I need it, as a tool to manage not yo-yoing. She said the fact that there's a medically approved prescription for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like relief, like redemption, like a gift, not something to hide behind and be ridiculed for. She said, I'm absolutely done with the shaming from other people and particularly myself. But here's the thing. There's a number of fans, myself included, that feel like the billionaire philanthropist is being a bit hypocritical. Once again, she has been a proud spokesperson for Weight Watchers since 2017, and I feel like even before that she was like praising Weight Watchers on her show. So a lot of fans have spoken out, and one person said, what I don't like about Oprah is she is clearly off doing Ozempic, but yet she's still pushing Weight Watchers. And somebody else was like, okay, done with shaming, but okay with lying? And a lot of folks called her out for letting people believe she did it the old-fashioned way, asking, why did you lie? Back in 2012, Oprah gushed for weeks about Microsoft's Surface tablet. She compared it to a Mercedes. She called it one of her favorite things of 2012. One day she went a step further. She tweeted out to her 14.8 million followers saying, love that Surface. She said she'd already bought 12 of them for Christmas presents. One teeny little problem. Oprah, or whoever managed her Twitter at the time, sent the tweets from an iPad, because it literally said like sent from my iPad or whatever. And the people of the internet, who never missed the opportunity to poke fun at an online little flub, took notice. To quote one expert, she does have legions of fans, making her an effective marketing channel for Microsoft, except for when the narrative around her promotion is tossed on its head by a foolish and utterly avoidable mistake. Surface ads, now brought to you by iPad. Come on, it's such a silly little mistake. Back in 2010, Monique won the Best Supporting Actress Academy Award for her performance in Precious, and sure, amazing, notable, love that. That's not our point today. After that, she was blackballed in the entertainment industry for almost a decade, if not more, at the hands of media moguls such as Oprah. And Oprah was really shady about it. She's the same talk show host who had an interview with Monique's family just days after her big career accomplishment. Now, for most people that sounds like a great thing. Like, oh my gosh, yes, you won, let's get your family on to gush about you. But here's the little snafu in that logic, folks. Oprah sat down with Monique's older brother, Gerald, who harmed Monique while they were growing up. This was the first time he had admitted to his crimes. He confessed to being a victim of the same actions by other family members. And somebody said this online, and it's best said this way: Oprah needs to answer for this, because interviewing Monique's brother after her historic Oscar win, this doesn't make sense, and it looks bad for Oprah. Why would you want to do something so negative when you're celebrating something so amazing? Somebody else noted, Oprah definitely seems like she has a mean, cold side. I just wonder why she was so mean to Monique. And Monique said it herself. Oprah crossed her on so many different levels. She tried to reach out to Oprah to, settle this, discuss it, but the efforts to communicate just weren't being returned. So, 3 years after that interview, Monique confronted Oprah at a celebration party for Lupita Nyong'o. And she said, and I quote, Oprah was sitting on my right. I turned to her and said, I need to talk to you. And apparently, this whole room went so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. Monique said, since you didn't want to return my calls, for whatever reasons, I'm going to say this right here. And she asked, Oprah, why did you invite my family on the show when we literally were not talking at the time? And Oprah tried to play it off. She was like, I had no idea your entire family was showing up. She's like, I didn't know anything about that. If I did anything to offend you, I apologize. I'm sorry. You're telling me this multi-billionaire didn't know something was gonna happen on her show? Sure. And that's all for today, folks. See you next time.